All right, sports fans, we're getting ready to start here. We got about 1 minute remaining in warm-ups. We'll drop the puck. We got Mounds View versus the Stillwater Ponies. District 2 12UA matchup here from the St. Croix Community Center in Stillwater. In the net tonight, you've got Kira Wright. The 10UA goalie filling in tonight for Mounds View. That's why I'm here. I'll do my best with the names. It's not my usual team. I do know some of these girls, but I did get a roster, so hopefully we can get them right. All right, getting ready to go. We have Copinger at wing, Hagen at center, and Couture at the other wing. Face-off is down, picked up there by Couture. She carries it in, up towards the half wall, centers. Shot off the backhand, save. Puck comes around, Stillwater along their own boards, chips it up in front of the net as they carry it out with possession. They skate up the right side, forced wide by the D there. Picked up by Copinger. She had it, knocked away. Thrown back into the offensive zone. And up on the exit pass comes Hagen. She battles along the boards here. Doyle had it bounced over her stick, knocked back out, and back in offsides. Stillwater. 14:08 to play here in the first. Lines got changed up, so we've got Akins on the dot here. One back. And then intercepted by Stillwater. Shot. Save off the glove by Kira, thrown back in front and out of the zone. Puck down, played by the goalie. Flipped up towards the blue line. Good stick check there. Knocked up along the boards. Picked up by Akins. She chips it down. Taken away by Stillwater. They're looking to exit. Through center, weaving through the defenders. Good stick check there by Schwartz. Akins played it off a defender and in deep. Picked up and taken around the boards. Good stretch pass there, but bounced off the stick. Shipped in. Picked up there. And up off the boards. And thrown back in by Stillwater. Puck thrown towards the net, recovered there, chipped off the boards, and rung back around deep. Schwartz picks it up, banks it off the boards, over the stick of Henry. chip back into the corner and up to the line. Shot from the blue line, tipped out of midair there by the Mounds View defender, played with a high stick. So they're gonna whistle it down and we get a offensive zone draw here for Stillwater. Right face-off circle for Stillwater to the goalie's left. Hagen on the draw. Won by Stillwater. Controlled there, thrown towards the crease, sticked aside by Wright. Picked up there and flipped out of the zone by Couture. It goes down far enough for an icing, and we'll bring it back down and do it again. 12:27 to play in the first. 0-0 remains the score. 2-1 on the board right now. Face-off, won by Mounds View. Sticked out to the blue line. Picked up there by Stillwater and thrown back in. Up to the left wing here. Thrown towards center, missed on the connection pass. Akins on a stick check, knocks it off the stick. Intercepted there nicely. And then played in deep. Recovered there by Akins. She plays it over to Copinger. Has it knocked off her stick. Thrown back. Rink wide pass. Challenged at the blue line. Back in. And Stillwater flips it out as the puck ping pongs in and out of the zone. Thrown towards the blue line. Picked up there by Schwartz. She chipped it out. Good tip there to Copinger. She had it knocked off her stick as Stillwater counterattacks. Up to the left wing, shot from distance, gloved by Kira, and held there. Left zone draw coming here. Hagen on the drop. One back by Stillwater to the slot. Shot, gloved by Kira. Emma Hagen is flanked by Couture and Christensen. Shot off the side of the cage here. Wrapped around, coming out over a Stillwater stick and down. That will go far enough for an icing and just to the side of the cage. Face-off. Battle for and won by Stillwater to the corner. They look to throw it in front of the net. They do. Chip to the side of the cage and wide. Recovered there. Stillwater takes it down deep. Looking for a centering pass. She reverses, throws it towards center. Kicked away by Wright into the corner where they go to battle. They battle two aside. The puck comes out and thrown towards the net. Tipped. Kicked aside again. And Stillwater thrown from behind, deflected to the side. Player goes down behind the net, up to Couture. She chips it towards the blue line, but not out. Held there, picked back up, thrown towards the blue line. Shot from distance, but into the corner. Was not a shot attempt, but an area play. Attempted stretch pass there, went over Couture's stick. Back comes Stillwater with possession. Challenge in the defensive zone there. Player down, arm goes up, and we have a tripping penalty here. Looks like it's going to be 13, Gwen Harold, on a trip there. Oh, excuse me, number 9, Olivia Doyle will be the one called for the penalty. Apologize to Gwen, unless she did it, and the ref just got the number down. But regardless, Mounds View on the penalty kill. Harold chipped it over, rolled off the stick there. Over to the wing. Attempted clearing, gets knocked down deep. Nice defensive play there to intercept the pass and carry it out with possession. As Christensen chips it in, Aiken's on the pursuit. They go down in the corner. Stillwater comes back out with possession. Challenged there by Reese. Skates around her, comes towards the high slot. Off the tip of the glove there from Kira. Centered in front and just missed on connecting. Shot deep, tipped in front, and scored on the deflection. That's a good power play shot there. Hard shot from the point. Deflected from traffic in front. And it's 1-0 Stillwater. Face off. Battle for. Arm is in the air. We're going to get a tripping call here on Couture off of the face off. So Stillwater back to the power play here. 1 minute and 30 seconds on the power play. 9 minutes and 4 seconds on the clock. Face-off, one back by Stillwater. She lost it there, challenged at the wall, carried it towards center, up to the point where it's fired from distance. Not much on it, down to the low slot where it's picked up and shot wide. Chipped up towards the blue line. Stillwater battling there, gains possession, rings it back deep where it's picked up there by Gwen. She carried it towards the dot, but was challenged there and lost it. Now she gets it back, looking to exit, but Stillwater taking advantage of their extra skater, pressuring all over. Pinned to the boards here as they battle in the corner. Stillwater comes out with it up to the highest, up to the point from the blue line, and deflection and gloved by Wright. 8:19 to play. Stillwater on the power play for the next 45 seconds. Face-off, one back by Stillwater to the right D. She shoots it from the blue line, chipped up into the air there by Copinger, thrown back deep, stick to the corner by Wright. Puck comes up off the wall into the corner, where it's thrown back by Stillwater towards the net, but intercepted. Challenge there as Copinger looked to exit the zone. Now she stick handles and flips it out off her backhand, clearing the zone with 20 seconds remaining on the penalty. Up around, thrown up towards the blue line. Christensen battled there, steered her off the puck, and chips it back deep. 5 seconds remaining on the power play for Stillwater. Tapped at the blue line, feathered in, and picked up there on the chip in. They go battle behind. Reese grabs it near the half wall, throws it towards center, where it's picked up by Stillwater. She turns, blockered aside by Kira into the corner. Up towards the blue line and out as Stillwater looks to regroup, and Mounds View gets a couple of fresh legs on. Walked around a defender, glove down, wrap around attempt, chip towards the line, out, and kicked back in, and 2 skaters were offsides for Stillwater, and the whistle goes. 6:57 remaining in the first. 1-0 your score for Stillwater. Face-off. Chipped in by Stillwater. They skate hard looking to retrieve it, but it's poked out as Mounds View clears the zone. McCarthy goes back to retrieve it. She bounces it up off the wall. Picked up there by Schwartz. Doyle picks it up in front of us, throws it back deep. In on the forecheck here. Puck came out And Doyle battles for it as Hagen recovers it, throws it back to the D. She goes up to Reese at the wing. She carries it in. Doyle did well to hold the line there, but Reese steered off the puck as it's chipped free. Akins comes in and chips it deep. She goes in pursuit. Battles along the boards. It comes up the half wall, chipped in there by Dreon, and then it's picked up there, bounced off the wall. Schwartz grabbed it, passed it to Couture. She rang one wide of the net, off the end boards, out of the zone now by Stillwater. Akins on possession here, carries it in as Moundsview goes for a change. She was looking for Couture at center. She gets it off of a stick check, bounced up off the boards as Stillwater looking to clear the zone. And they bounce it off the wall at center. Deflected there. Couture battling for possession as Stillwater comes in from distance, throws it on net, and Kira drops down and covers. 5:20 remaining in the first period. Face-off, controlled by Moundsview. Challenged as she looked to carry it out of the zone, and Stillwater takes it away. But Reese in battling for it now, along the half wall, thrown towards center, picked up there, and then Hagen carries it out, entered in, and then thrown back down deep. Refs wave off icing. Thrown towards center over the blue line. Puck thrown back towards the blue line and chipped in offsides by Stillwater. .444 to play in the first. Face-off, won back by Moundsview. Retrieved there by Dreon. She went to ring it up the boards, and it was held in and intercepted. Stillwater, the puck thrown in front and chipped in from the low slot on a centering play. 2-0 Stillwater as they won a board battle from behind the net and threw it in front and chipped it in over Kira's outstretched glove. Face-off here at center. Won by Stillwater into the Moundsview end. They come battling along the boards. Puck is chipped up and out. Akins came to challenge there. Couture went for the check and missed. Stillwater throws it up to the wing and carries it in. Throws it on net. Kira drops down and covers. .405 to play, 2-0 Stillwater. As they've played most of the period in the Moundsview end. We did have a little bit of possession for a bit in this period, but it's been mostly in the defensive zone, unfortunately. Reese goes to chip it out. She carries it. Stillwater comes in aggressively and steers her off the puck. Pass up, connects as Henry carries it in up the left wing. Challenged there by the D. And the puck comes in. Reese looks from behind the net, rings it back in. Picked up there by Stillwater, looking for a stretch pass. Chipped off of Christensen's glove, thrown towards the net, sticked aside. Picked up behind the net, brought to the side of the net, and then down into the low slot. Good challenge there. Sticked away by Kira. Picked up there as Reese looks to carry it out. Her pass was deflected. Hagen then shovels it off her backhand. Up to Stillwater. Wide of the net. Picked up there by Schwartz. She passes it up off the boards. Akins picks it up there and out and then back in offsides by Stillwater. 2:52 to play in the first period. Face-off, won by Akins. Pass over to the wing, Couture. Challenge there by Stillwater. Centered there, and a shot comes wide. Rebound recovered off the wall, thrown on net, and Kira gloves it down and holds. 2:37 to play. 2-0 Stillwater. At Twin Cities Kettlebell Club. And the link's in the Sports Engine chat. 2:30 to play in the first. Dreon fighting near the center line. The puck is cleared and ringed around the boards and out by Mounds View. Will be an icing if it goes far enough, and it does. Face off to the goalie's left. Right offensive zone draw for Stillwater. One back to the D. Thrown wide, looking for a deflection play there. Missed on the tip attempt. Cleared up towards the blue line, chipped up into the air. Stick down, kick to the stick, and towards the blue line and out. As Stillwater comes looking to pass it out of the zone. Moundsview threw it in offsides. So we'll have a face-off here down in front of us. Hagen, Doyle, and Reese with Harold and Christensen on D. Christensen picks the puck up, throws it towards Reese. She picks it up at the line. Had her stick lifted, but managed to chip the puck in, and then it's knocked in deeper by Hagen. Reese in on the forecheck. Puck bounced off the boards, picked up there by Hagen. She's bodied into the boards, held in by Harold. She passes the puck down deep, where it's picked up by Stillwater. They exit the zone, held by Christensen on the challenge, and then chipped back in by Hagen. It rolls along the blue line and out. She goes for a change. Couture flips it off the boards, and Stillwater carries it back in with possession towards the low slot. Good pass there. Backhand shot wide of the net. Dangerous opportunity there. Oh, just missed on intercepting the pass to Couture. She goes and fights along the boards there. Bodies off the puck. And battles for the puck. It goes deep. Stillwater picks it up there, throws it towards center, chipped on net and held by Wright. Similar play to the one they scored their first goal on, but that one went all the way across. This one right in front, chipped up, and Kira was in position and was able to make the save. 36 seconds to play. Face-off, one to the bumper position. Pad save by Kira. Chip towards the wall. Couture had it bounce off of her skate and out of the zone. Akins chips it in, looking to gain possession here. Couture threw it into Akins' leg. Bounces free, held there by Dreon, and it goes deep off of the stick there and thrown towards the point. Schwartz had it bounce off of her skate, and now it's carried in, chipped in, offsides by Stillwater. 1.4 seconds remaining. This face-off will happen outside of the zone. Face-off down, and time expires. That'll do it for the first period. 2-0 Stillwater, the score. 17 shots to 1. in favor of Stillwater, obviously. And we will get ready here for the second period in about a minute. All right. Start of the second period, 14 minutes on the clock. Puck is down, controlled by Stillwater, and they carry into zone. Reese picks it up there. Coppinger chipped it in, and then it's thrown back out by Stillwater. They come in with an odd man opportunity here if they hurry. Taken behind the net, up towards the point. To the side. Picked up again by Stillwater. They cycle around, carry it towards the slot. Shot deflected off of Christensen. And it chips towards the board. Carried. Fired into Hagen's back. Chipped to the boards by Reese. And she throws it rink wide. Up to Coppinger, who had it stripped at center. And carried back in here. Harold. Good stick check and clears the zone. The puck is dumped back in for an offsides. And they'll take this face-off at center ice. Face-off coming. One there by Moundsview. Thrown over towards Couture. Puck is down in front of us here. Carried by Kovar. She went down. Picked up there by Couture. Up to Doyle. She throws it back down deep. Schwartz is battling back there. Picks it up. Passed up towards the wing. Recovered at the blue line by Stillwater. They throw it wide of the net. And up. Couture chipped it out. Picked up there by Doyle. She carries. Went for a drag there and lost it. And Stillwater looking for a stretch pass. Intercepted by Schwartz. She flips a forehand pass towards the boards. Picks up the chip in attempt. And throws it towards center. Where it missed Couture. And Dreon picks it up, but it was offsides on Stillwater. .12:02 to play here in the second. Face-off. Controlled by Moundsview. Harold coming out with the puck. And then it's battled for at center. Reese picked it up, throw it towards the blue line, but Stillwater intercepts and carries in. Rink-wide pass. Deflected there. Christensen battling in the corner. Carried around behind. Reverse. Thrown off the side of the net. Where it comes up towards the half boards. Big contact there. Stillwater throws it to the corner, comes up towards the blue line, falling down, thrown towards the net, and cleared to the boards there. Picked up by Christensen, thrown up and out, and then back towards the blue line where it's intercepted. Picked up there and carried along by Hagen. Stillwater grabbed it, gained the line, and threw it down deep to go get a change. They changed 4 skaters with one in on the forecheck challenging. Harold picks it up there, has it chipped up off her stick as they battle in the corner. Harold carries it out, throws it off the backhand, thrown on net. Good save, Kira. They come up towards the half wall, thrown back down to the faceoff circle, up to the D, and back down, stick lifted, as Harold's able to go retrieve from behind the net, deflected into the air there, where she recovers it. Backhand pass to Reese. She throws it towards the wall. It will clear the zone, forcing Stillwater to regroup. Forecheck pressure there, picked up. Kopinger, nice dangle move, gets it to the forehand. Penalty coming, gets a shot, and scores! What a lovely power sequence there. Kopinger skating through some pressure, a good dangle, takes the penalty, good hard wrister, and it leaks through the goalie's 5-hole and in. 2-1. Stillwater still leading. Mounds View gets a goal on only their second shot on net, according to the official scoreboard. 10-12 in the second. Face-off, won by Stillwater. They carry up the left side into the zone, bodied into the wall by Couture. They battle there. Up to the D, thrown wide of the net, looking for a tip play again. Picked up, thrown towards the cage, sticked behind by Kira. Picked up there by Stillwater as they ring it out towards the point. It bounces off the wall and down. Arm is up. Icing waved off. Puck recovered there by Stillwater. And she carries back in with speed from the side. Glove down by Kira, but she didn't control it. Cleared by her defense. Carried back in. Drion knocked to the ground. As they battle along the wall. The puck is knocked towards center where it's picked up by Doyle. She looks to exit towards the left boards. Challenge there, but she's able to chip the puck out and throw it back deep. Icing waved off. In on the forecheck is Doyle. Stillwater looking to exit the zone. Stretch pass there, but chipped back and picked up with some speed, but challenged there in the neutral zone, gumming up the works. Reese tries to throw it back in deep. Picked up there, Hagen, and then back over her stick, picked up by Harold. She goes rink wide to Christensen, up to Hagen. She passes it up to Reese, who looks to gain entry, has the puck knocked off her stick, backhand thrown in as Mounds View looks to retrieve. Harold activates from her D position to keep the puck in. Aikens filled in nicely for her as the puck goes up off the boards. Stillwater is able to trip it out, and Harold gets on her horse to retrieve that puck. Passes it up off the wall. Aikens recovers it and chips it in, and it's recovered by Harold, who goes rink wide. Had it just missed Doyle. Couture coming from the bench, shovels it off her backhand in, and Stillwater looks to exit. They carry it up around the left wing. Out of the zone, falling down off the backhand, recovered there by Stillwater. They carry it in, flip it to the boards, where it's picked up and chipped off the wall. Picked up there, chipped towards the low slot, but over the stick. Now it goes up to the D from the point, deflected once, twice, and now it comes down low where it's picked up by Stillwater. She reverses, throws it back up towards the blue line. Right D throws it from the point. They're looking to chip it up into the air, knocked to the side. Wraparound attempt between the legs and saved by Kira. It was under her, but she was able to get it and settle it down. That was a nice play by Stillwater to create some pressure there. And for a second, I wasn't sure that she was going to stop that. Face-off, won by Harold, carried out with possession. She activates, skating hard, carried in, centered on net, shot, good pass. Kopinger almost got her second there. Chip back up, Christensen now had it stolen from her. Breakout is coming. Shot wide. On the breakaway there, Stillwater had a good opportunity, fired a good hard shot, but forced wide. Kopinger dangles around one, odd man opportunity here. She's got Reese to her forehand, she shoots it, and it's gloved by the goalie. Good shot on goal there, good opportunity on the counterattack. .6:18 to play in the second. 2-1 is the score. Face-off, won by Akins. Towards the corner, held by Schwartz. Thrown towards the center, but it's recovered by Stillwater. Stretch pass, tipped off the stick. It will go deep and far enough for icing, as that did happen behind the red line. Just barely, but it did. We'll bring it all the way back down. Right offensive zone draw for Mounds View to the goalie's left for Stillwater. 6:06 to play in the second period. Akins on the draw. She's flanked by Doyle and Couture. One back, Schwartz has it at the point. She throws it towards the net. Dangles around a defender to the forehand, fires it towards the net, but it's deflected and goes to the corner. Dreon tried to pinch that off, had it bounce over her stick, but it's gummed up here in front of us as they battle along the wall. Held there, chipped out, picked up by Stillwater. Good defensive play there by Elsa. Couture recovers it there, looked for a stretch pass, read well, and intercepted, but then lost, and back towards Couture, had it go over her stick. As Stillwater looks to reverse the action and go deep, they go rink wide, has it bounce off the stick, picked up there by Hagen, bounces off a defender's skate. Dreon throws it up, chipped in on the forecheck, but Moundsview was unable to hold. Dreon now throws it in, and Moundsview hadn't cleared the zone, so we have an offsides. And we will get a neutral zone faceoff at the right dot here. Heading towards the Stillwater defensive zone. 5:02 to play. Faceoff won by Hagen. Christensen comes up to support, picks it up and carries it in. She's bodied off the puck and goes down. Stillwater carries it out, flips it towards the blue line. They're able to clear the zone, but it's picked back up by Henry. She goes rink wide. Christensen over there to pick it up. She takes it behind the net. They look to trap her, but she gets up with the pass. Reese at the blue line knocks it. They battle here. It's still in. And it comes up and thrown rink wide by Harold. Picked up there by Stillwater. They throw it off the end boards in behind. Harold grabs it off her backhand, carries towards center, has it knocked off her stick, fired wide there. High hard shot off that turnover. Pass to the low slot, save, rebound, and a shot and scored. Tough sequence there. Kira made the first and the second, couldn't make the third. Good awareness there by Stillwater to find the unmarked player. Good backhand pass as two defenders went after the puck. Stillwater makes them pay. 21 shots on net, 3-1 is the score, 4:04 to play in the second. Passed up to the wing here. Carried towards center. thrown towards the net. Picked up there. Akins throws it up towards the blue line. Couture up off her backhand, carries it in, gains some speed. Knocked down there. Puck thrown up towards the blue line, held by Dreon. She chipped it back in and chipped it back in again. As they look to exit the zone, puck is knocked by Stillwater. They fight along the boards here, carried and chipped out. Thrown towards the blue line and carried in with possession here. They go to the point, chipped up into the netting and out of play by Wright. .3:10 to play. Here in the second. 3-1 the score. Face-off won by Stillwater. They carry, throw the shot wide. Picked up and carried behind. Up towards the dots, thrown to the blue line. Hard shot from distance, rebound out to center. Good save there by Kira. Akins carries it out, chips it off the boards, and in deep. Picked up there and reversed by Stillwater. They look for an exit, but it's picked off by Dreon. Read that play well, and she goes to retrieve it. Throws it to center, where it's chipped on net. Good shot there by Hagen. Good save by the Stillwater goalie. Thrown up towards the center line, and picked up, carried around the net. Wraparound attempt, stopped there. Reese coming in on the forecheck, held there by Christensen. She spins around, runs into her own player. As Stillwater carries it out. Around a defender, backhand shot off the side of the net. Carried up out of the zone by Reese. Had her pass attempt deflected into the air. She gains the line and throws it deep. Puck is down in the corner. Cleared by Stillwater, and then Harold throws it back. But Doyle, who was going for a change, was still in the zone. 1:31 to play. Face off here in front of us in the neutral zone. Schwartz connects with Couture, who carries it in. Skates through some pressure there, but lost the puck. Rings around the right boards and up out of the zone. Off the wall and around comes Couture. Dreon was challenged there. Centering pass. Intercepted there by Schwartz. And then chipped up and out by Akins. As we near the end of the second period in the final minute to play. Thrown towards the blue line and chipped back in. Held. And thrown back towards neutral. Hagen chips it back towards Schwartz. Stillwater, centering pass. Puck comes to the corner. Missed on a stretch pass. That will go down far enough for an icing call, and they'll bring it back down. 16.3 remaining to play in the first period. Second period. Thank you, Rowan. Face off. One to the corner, ringed it around. Possession regained by Stillwater. Hagen battling there. Throws it back to Harold. She chips it up off the board as time expires in the second period. 3-1 Stillwater as we move to the third period. All right, here we go. 14 minutes left to play in the third period. We got a 2-goal differential to try and overcome for Mounds View. Stillwater looking to finish the game out. Face-off. One back to Harold. She carries it in. Carries it through the zone. Picked up by Reese. They collide into each other as the puck is shot wide of the net into the corner. Stillwater recovers there. A shot comes up, picked up there as they battle in front of us here. And Stillwater carries it in towards the net. Chipped up into the air on a power move and over Kira's shoulder and into the net. Good strong power move there. Fast skater. Up off the backhand. I think that was knocked into the air and in. 4-1 is the score. Puck controlled by Stillwater. They go rink wide. Passed up off the wall. Chipped towards the blue line. Thrown back in. And picked up there. Carried out. Up off the backhand. Hagen throws it to Schwartz at the blue line. She chips it. Thrown towards the net. Hagen goes to retrieve. Couture comes in to support as they battle along the corner. 3 skaters to 2. Mounds View gets it back at the wall. Dreon throws it on net. Stick to the corner by the goalie. Stillwater recovers the puck along the boards, carries it out, goes rink wide, off her stick. Dreon picks it up there, throws it off her backhand, gets around where it's picked up along the left boards. Back to Schwartz. She tries to carry it out. Has the puck knocked off her stick. Mounds View throws it and gets 3 fresh skaters on the ice. Stillwater chips it. Christensen picked it up there. Up to Doyle. She looks to carry it in and does. Shot wide of the net. Couture went to pinch it off there. Akins had it go off her skate. Harold carries it in. Has it knocked off her stick. Picked up there by Doyle and knocked back out by Stillwater. Picked up by Christensen. She tried to go rink wide and had Stillwater come back and pick it up. She looks to dangle. Good recovery there. Not giving up on that play. not allowing a shot on goal. Puck thrown back in deep. Christensen had the puck knocked off her stick along the board. Thrown softly and then centered. And then picked up here by Doyle. She throws it from distance and saved by Stillwater. We'll have an offensive zone face-off from the left dot. Hagen at center. Schwartz behind her at the D. Stillwater wins the face-off. They chip the puck out along the boards and go to retrieve. Dreon battling there, threw it back, but it's picked up by Stillwater. She skates, tried to come back to her forehand and had the puck knocked off her stick. It's thrown down, and it will go far enough for icing. And they'll bring it back down for a defensive zone face-off. Hagen on the dot. Reese and Christensen at the wing. Puck pushed to the corner by Wright. Thrown back towards the center, picked up there by the left D, thrown on net, but as they tried to steer it on net, it went wide. Couldn't get through the layers of Mounds View defense. Pass up to the defense, thrown from distance, and gloved and held by Wright. Shot from the blue line with a player in front looking to chip it up, get a deflection. That's how Stillwater scored their first goal of the game. We're trying to go back to that play design. Puck cleared up off the boards, held in there by Stillwater, and thrown back deep. Retrieval in the corner. Hagen on the forecheck there. They go battle along the half boards. Reversed and thrown in front. Banged up off the wall, and that will go down far enough for icing once again. With 9:55 to play in the third period. Stillwater maintaining possession as Mounds View is trying to clear the puck, ideally with possession. Face-off. Won by Mounds View and chipped up and out where it's recovered by Couture. And we've got an offsides whistle here. Face off here in front of us. They battle along the boards here. And then it's carried in. Pushed to the corner. As Akins looks to clear the zone and does. Contact there at center. Bounced off the wall by Schwartz. Picked up by Stillwater. Hits Dreon in the face. And then picked up there. Stillwater working behind. Threw it back in front. Schwartz picks it up. Reverses it off the end boards. Dreon rings it around. Chipped by Couture and out of the zone. Akins on the forecheck as Mounds View looks to change. Picked up there by Copinger. She throws it from distance wide of the net. Picked up by Stillwater. They throw it down deep. That will go far enough for an icing, but icing's waved off. Rink-wide pass up to Doyle. Had it bounce off her stick, and Stillwater picks it up there and comes back the other way. Chipped up off the boards, gathered at center, thrown towards the blue line, deflected into the air where it's recovered, thrown wide off the end boards, picked up again. Pass Reese's stick and thrown back deep. Mounds View throws it up towards center. Challenged there by Stillwater. Reese on the check. Hagen picks up the loose puck and carries it out. Reese battling there. As the puck is thrown rink wide, it bounces. And Schwartz challenged there. Throws it off her backhand to Couture. She weaves in. Puck comes loose to Schwartz. She had it roll off of her stick as she went for a shot. And the puck comes loose again. Stillwater looking to carry it in. Good stick play there. Comes back to Doyle, who made that stick check to spring herself. Body's falling all over. They're going to let him play. Thrown up off the glass, and that will go far enough for an icing. 7:05 to play in the third period, and we'll bring it back down. Face off here. One back. Thrown towards the net. Picked up by Stillwater. Good stick check there by Harold. Brought the puck to the corner. Shot, save, Kira. Up. And that will go down far enough for icing. Face off, controlled by Mounds View, back towards the point, sticked out by Hagen, thrown up to Kopinger, has the puck poked off her stick, but she recovers it, shoots it. Reese picks it up there, off the backhand, chipped into the air, as Stillwater had an opportunity there, but fortunately for Mounds View, the skater went to the ice rather than breaking out a 3-on-1 there. Dreon had it bounce off of her skate. Picked up, carried in by Stillwater. Good move, shot, and score on the short area breakaway. Face off, push back in. Rink wide pass, picked up, thrown towards the center, thrown back deep. Harold, thrown up by Doyle. She went down. Harold throws it back towards the blue line. Thrown back up by Stillwater. They're looking to carry it in. Doyle looking to clear the zone. Back down to Christensen. Stillwater throws the puck on net. Save Kira. They're battling there. Arm is up, and there's going to be a penalty called on Dreon. Likely for a hold or interference. Interference is the call. .458 to play in the third. 5-1 is the score. Power play here for Stillwater. They win the draw. Bumper shot. Sticked into the air by Kira. Stillwater recovers. Throws it towards the point. Rink-wide pass was intercepted by Harold. Held at the blue line and then thrown on net and into the glove by Wright. 4:40 remaining. Right offensive zone draw coming. Face-off, one back by Stillwater. Hagen blocked it. Picked up there by Stillwater. They look for a wraparound attempt, save, and then on the rebound is another shot and a goal. Face-off here. Won by Stillwater. Passed up. Christensen had the puck bounce over her stick. Stillwater gains it at the blue line. They throw it to center. Save, right. Thrown back. Another save. Deflected to the end boards. Thrown back in, rings around. Stillwater is going to get called for interference as they collided with Couture in the neutral zone. Offensive zone draw coming. Face-off, one to the side by Stillwater and carried out. Dreon challenged at the wall there. Puck is cleared, rolling along, and will get whistled for an icing. Back down we come. .337 to play. Face-off, one to the side. Schwartz. Down. Kopinger lifted it up and over. Cleared by Stillwater. Schwartz passes it up out of Kopinger's reach and back down where Stillwater will recover. Picked up there by Hagen. She goes up to the point. Schwartz passed it down. Hagen had it taken away by Stillwater. They come out with speed. Shot and save by Wright. Dangerous shorthanded opportunity there. Hard shot from the low slot. .255 to play, 35 seconds left on the face-off, or on the power play, face-off. Won by Stillwater. Into the corner. Battled for there. Sauced out of the zone and then chipped in by Doyle. Carried back out by Stillwater. Up into the wall. Off the skate. Deflecting around. Picked up. Chipped there and picked up and lost by Couture. She then turns and fires the puck down. Doyle in. Penalty expires. Shot from the wall off the side of the net. Chipped in or chipped out. Harold defending. Stillwater player lost her edge. Couture had it taken away. Thrown back down to Stillwater. Off the end boards behind. Shot attempt on the wraparound is held by Wright. 1:39 to play. Face-off. Picked up by Stillwater. Chipped wide of the net. Hagen picks it up and comes out with possession. She skates up the right boards. Has her stick lifted from behind. Brings it back in. Back to Hagen. She throws it in. Schwartz picks it up off the wall. Throws it towards center. Backhand bounce off of a player. Up towards the boards and thrown deep. Icing is waved off. Schwartz picks it up there. Passes it up. Intercepted. Stillwater back in with some speed. Lost the puck. Throws it towards center. Shot. Not on net. Looking for a centering pass. Akins carries it out. Backhand off the wall. Carries it towards center. And Stillwater gets it out and flips it back. Final 15 seconds left in the game. Couture loses possession. Stillwater is just going to take it around, content to go home with the 6-1 victory as time expires. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you guys next time.